Very nice! I see you through the looking glass.
Indeed. Hello, welcome to Guitar Paradiso. Mick here.
And Pete here. So,
well, we got quite excited about this at NAMM.
We did.
You probably saw us walking around with Dan Steinhardt. And a guy called Ford played the most amazing bit of music on
absolutely
345, I think it was.
Great player.
Yeah. So, DOD, not DOD, so we're told it's DOD, that's how you say it.
DOD, yeah.
Looking Glass, it's a collaboration between DOD, obviously quite famous American pedal manufacturer, DOD, and a smaller kind of boutique effects manufacturer called Shoe Pedals, guy there called Christopher Ventnor, who has designed this Looking Glass.
From the ground up.
Yeah, it's an exact clone of the best tube screamer you've ever heard.
Exactly. Not.
It's not that. It's a completely unique design. Yep. It is a, let's see, Class A discrete FET with asymmetrical clipping.
Yeah.
So that's what's interesting about it, by all accounts. And it's designed to go from, as you just heard, kind of glassy, clean breakup through to full on kind of more what they describe as psychedelic high gain drive. And I couldn't work out why it was called the Looking Glass, but in the description that DOD has done, it says it's a reflection of your sound.
Hello. There it is.
Yeah, anyway, we like it a lot.
We do like it a lot. I was just playing the Strat into the Morgan.
What is that?
12 watt.
PR12.
PR12, which is a nice little lamp. And we've got a Gibson and we've got a Fender Deluxe, so we're just going to try to twist a bit of stuff, play a bit of things. Yeah, we got the Morgan set relatively clean. Here you go. So clean like this. Yeah, it might be breaking up ever so slightly because that's the nature of the amp. Yeah. And then the hot rod is actually on the drive channel, so just a little bit of breakup in there. And that will sound like this. Do you want to do that? There you go. With me? With the Les Paul. Oh. So play with the Strat. Well, we're here. There we go. So
So you can hear how much harder the humbuckers are pushing it.
Yeah.
Can I have a listen to
you
the
can, sure. We put it here onto. Oh, hang on. What? Sorry. There and there.
Yeah. So.
It was slightly break up on that one.
Did we hear it in the Fender?
We did hear it in the Fender.
Okay, so we've done that already.
So we've done
right,
that.
So let's move on then. Let's have a look at the controls.
Controls, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
I noticed.
The top two controls should be fairly familiar. Drive, volume and gain. I was going to call it drive. Volume and gain, self-explanatory. It gets more interesting down here. So my able assistant here will play the guitar.
Oh,
Pete.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so let's start here. The bass is interesting. It's pre-drive. It happens before the drive section, which means you get a kind of clearer sound. And it's a bass cut. So let's turn it on. We'll stay in low gain mode for the moment.
On the Morgan. So.
So as you can hear, there's quite a lot of bass attenuation there if you want it, which gets interesting at higher gain. And then the treble control is post distortion. Now this is quite cool because with the treble EQ after the gain stage, you just get a slightly smoother response. So. So there's
it's not like it's taking the top away. It's still clean. Do you know what I mean? Great. That's great.
We went through the sort of bassiest. Least trebly sound there to the least bass, most trebly sound, which hopefully makes the point that it doesn't really matter what amp you plug into. Let's have a quick listen through the, try some humbuckers through the Fender a sec. So here we go. So this is without the looking glass, and here it is with it. So So as you can hear, there's quite a significant amount of bass and treble adjustment there, which you don't get on a lot of overdrive pedals, and it makes quite a lot of overdrive pedals only suitable for certain amps because you can't really you can't do much.
This will be better with loads of different amps.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Yeah. And then so the other control, which is kind of slightly more complicated to explain but less complicated to hear, is an input filter. Now it doesn't actually say this, and DOD haven't actually said, but I'm assuming it's some kind of impedance thing. Yeah. Because a bit like on the on some amps, like on my 2-Rock for example, there's an impedance selector at the input stage, which can sound bright or less bright.
So we go back to me. Clearly.
Do that with this.
You go over to you on there. Keep going.
So
clears it up, makes it really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that might appeal if you've got. I think DOD's intention is that if you've got quite a bright sounding guitar, you can kind of just tame that off. So it's kind of a smoothness. Rather than thinking of it as a treble control, it's like a smoothness control.
Smooth.
So there we go. Quite a lot of
smooth.
quite a lot of EQ control across the pedal there, and quite different from a lot of other overdrives. I think that's quite important to say.
And this is still in low mode.
Yes, so
ladies and gentlemen.
At which point
we now will
Pierre's.
I'm gonna just back to me.
So as you'll hear, low mode goes from just on the edge It's really nice actually, sounds great.
It does sound good.
So low mode goes from just on the edge, kind of clean boost territory, into vintage overdrive, I guess you would call it, vintage amp type overdrive.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is while he's playing now, I'll just flick over to the high gain and you can see that.
Flick it.
Nice. And you heard how bringing the bottom end in there just pushed everything, started making everything overdrive a little bit more. Really worked with the amp, I thought.
Oh, hang on.
So,
sorry.
Go on.
No, that's nice, man. That's really good. I like that. It's very responsive.
Yeah. Can we make this guitar go through that?
That guitar?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. There you go.
So exactly the same settings that Pete just had, but now with the Les Paul through the Morgan. That's a nice sound.
It's very, very nice, and it's shiny.
That's a nice sound. I think the observation I would make there, and I don't know if you'd agree, is that a lot of people who go through loads and loads of overdrive pedals will play them, and they kind of sound compressed, and some people just don't like overdrive pedals.
Yeah.
They prefer the dynamics of the amp.
Tubes, valves or tubes, depending on where you are in the world. We have to say the right thing.
But I think what I really like about this, and what really struck us at NAMM, is that you can go buy 101 overdrive pedals that sound kind of similar.
Yeah.
And that kind of do that compression thing, squash the sound of your guitar down, but that has dynamics.
It does. Most of them are built on similar circuits anyway, aren't they? Most of the overdrives. They, at the end of the day, they're built on the older Tube Screamer.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Tube Screamer variants, a lot of Rat variants, a lot of.
Yeah, so there's There's like 3 or 4 or something. I'm not gonna, I don't know exactly, but there is a couple or more pedals, and most of them are just built from that sort of thing.
Whereas, according to Christopher Venter, who designed it, this is a unique design that started from the ground up because he doesn't like most traditional overdrives.
That's what he said, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you find yourself in that sort of ballpark where you've tried tube screamers, you've tried BD2s, you've tried the kind of common overdrives that we'd all go for, and that's not for you, have a look at this. Have a looking glass at this.
Hey, cheers.
Thanks very much. Because it does do something different. Funnily enough, I didn't get to play through it at NAMM, but having played through it here today, yes,
it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, unquestionably yes.
Yeah, it will go on my board, I am sure. That because that's really good.
Yeah,
very, very. You can do so much with it.
Shall we try, let's just make the Fender a little bit gainier and try it into a gainier amp. So you've heard it into an amp that's set kind of on the edge of clean there.
Yeah.
So, Pete, maybe if you just plug into the Fender for a sec.
Okay, so you got that kind of...
So the Fender's breaking up quite nicely there, a bit of bottom end flab going on. Yeah, and... we won't dwell on this, but not a lot of people really love the drive sound in
the Fender.
in the Hot Rod.
No,
people tend to use, anyway. We're not going to go there. Right, so here you go then. Tell you what's interesting about that right away. So listen to how much bass end there is on this.
I'm on the bridge.
I'll probably demonstrate it better with the Les Paul actually.
Yeah, Les Paul.
If you hear how the Fender handles the bass end of this Les Paul on the neck pickup, there's quite a lot of flub going on there.
There's a lot of flub.
However, it can take a fair bit of it away. Conversely, add thickness if you're going to play up the neck a bit.
Let me try.
I really like that. That's like a proper overdrive sound.
Definitely.
Kind of much more touch sensitive and vintagier in character than a lot of what you could expect out of
interesting. I wouldn't say that, but it is. Go and check them out, guys. They're really, 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 really cool, and they should be in very soon.
Yeah.
And that's really... if you are looking for an overdrive, but you don't really like overdrives, because you might find they do... yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a different take on it.
It's a different take on it, because people do look for overdrive, and I don't really like an overdrive. I like mine very subtle, and this is really good.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Descriptions below.
Yes, DOD Looking Glass.
And it's got a little rapid on the top there.
Yes, in conjunction with shoe pedals.
Alright. Go check them out. I was Pete.
I was Mick.
This was Guitar Paradiso on Andertons TV.
See you soon.
Bye.